This unit is about the structural organization of animals. In this unit, we will study the structural organization in animals at their tissue level, that is, at their microscopic level. Now, this study of tissues is known as histology, and histology is also known as microscopic anatomy. As we know, anatomy is that branch of biology that is concerned with the study of structure of organisms and their parts, and anatomy mainly deals with the microscopic level, and histology deals with the tissue level. That is why we often call it as microscopic anatomy. We should know that tissue is a group of one or more types of cells and their intercellular substances that perform a particular function. That is, a particular type of cells are specialized in a particular function, and we call that aggregation as a tissue. There were some scientists that worked in this field of histology. We are discussing some important ones among them. The first is Xavier Bichat. He was a French anatomist and physiologist, and he was the one who gave the term tissue, and he is also known as the father of histology. The term tissue was already given by Engrue, but he used that term specifically with plant anatomy. Marcello Malpighi was an Italian scientist who is known as the founder of histology, and the term histology was given by Mayer. So this is the list of scientists that work in this field of histology. In animal bodies, different types of tissues are found. The most common ones are epithelial tissues, connective tissues, muscular tissues, and neural tissues. Now we will discuss the origin of these different types of tissues. During the process of gastrulation, different germ layers are formed. This is when a hollow ball of cell that is known as blastula differentiates into more specialized cells that become layered around the developing embryo. So this blastula give rise to gastrula. And in this gastrula we have three different types of germ layers, that is the outermost ectoderm, innermost endoderm, and a mesoderm in between. Now each of these germ layers eventually give rise to different types of tissues, that is epithelial, connective, muscular, and neural tissues. Ectoderm, endoderm, and mesoderm, all these three layers can give rise to epithelial tissues. That is, the origin of epithelial tissues can be from all of them. That is, the ectoderm gives rise to the epidermis of skin. It is the outermost layer that make up our skin. The endoderm gives rise to the epithelial lining of our alimentary canal that we call as mucosa. This is a cross section of our alimentary canal, and the innermost layer that we are seeing here is mucosa. It is made up of epithelial tissues that arise from endoderm. And last one, that is the mesoderm, give rise to our coelomic epithelium. We know coelom is the main body cavity in most animals including humans. It is the cavity that contains our digestive tract and our other organs. This coelom is lined with coelomic epithelium that is derived from mesoderm. This coelomic epithelium lines the surface of the body wall and the abdominal organs, that is the organs of our alimentary canal. Now from this discussion we know that epithelial tissue can arise from all the three germ layers, that is the ectoderm, endoderm, and mesoderm. Now the other two types of tissues, that is connective tissue and muscular tissue, are derived only from mesoderm. That is, it is only the mesoderm that can give rise to these tissues, that is the connective tissue and the muscular tissue. The last category is of nervous tissues. These tissues are derived from ectoderm only. It is only the ectoderm layer which can give rise to our nervous tissues. So in this lecture we have studied about the scientists who worked in this field of histology, and we have also studied the origin of different types of tissues and their origin from the primary germ layers. In the upcoming video, we will study about these tissues one by one in detail. Thank you.